You've just had a discussion with Mrs. McGowan in the corridor. How do you feel about that?
Fine, yeah, I understand that she's quite sort of anxious about her friend, and that's fine, we get that a lot, but bless her, she just has no idea what it's actually like in here with a ward full of patients, and especially if you've got someone who has particular needs like Joy. And I don't know what level of care she's expecting, but this is a gynae ward. It's not a ward specifically designed for people like Joy who don't communicate in a way that I'm used to. And I do feel sorry for Joy and for Mrs. McGowan, who's only trying to look after her friend, but there's only so much time and energy I can spend trying to make patients' friends feel better. I don't have enough time to really talk to her about it.
You said that Joy is aggressive towards you.
Lots of women are coming into the ward for hysterectomies, various gynae problems, and they're able to tell us how they're feeling scared, they're feeling vulnerable, and we can tell them that things are going to be okay. But with Joy, it's different. I'm not sure how much she understands. I'm not sure how well we're communicating with her, so she kicks us and she bites us, and it takes 3 of us to take her to the toilet.
Why do you think she kicks and bites?
I think she's scared. She doesn't know exactly what's happening. So, I mean, if Mrs. McGowan was able to be here sort of more full time, I'm sure Joy would be fine, but that's not going to happen either, unfortunately. And we had to move her from the shared room into a private room because she was making so much noise at night. But I can't tell Mrs. McGowan that that's what happened, because else she'll just worry even more that she's not sleeping.
So did you have complaints from other patients? So was it about the noise, or was it about other things as well?
Yeah, Joy makes a lot of noise, and if she's not sort of constantly checked on, we might find her somewhere she's not supposed to be. And I can totally understand these patients, they're not well, they want peace, they want quiet, and so we had to move Joy to a room of her own.
Are other people disturbed by her?
Well, yeah, it's not something you expect when you come on to a ward and you're not well, and then suddenly you're dealing with someone who has particular needs. And yeah, I mean, I don't expect any of our patients to be happy to sort of put up with that, because they all need rest and peace and quiet to get better, and that's not happening with Joy in the ward, because so many of our resources are spent looking after Joy. It took 3 of us to try to get her in the shower, whereas normally women can really go by themselves.
It sounds like Mrs. McGowan has a lot of knowledge about Joy. Do you think that could have been used more to learn about how to care for Joy?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to spend probably more time speaking to Mrs. McGowan, and these notes that she's written sound like they'd be a great help, so I look forward to reading them when I can. I wish she'd given them to someone on the team rather than the driver, but you know, we'll get them eventually. But without them, I don't know how she can expect us to know what she's talking about.
Do you like her, Mrs. McGowan?
Oh yes, yes. She's quite typical of sort of family members, friends who come in for that 20-minute, half-hour period and just identify all the things that they're not happy with. But they're getting a 20-minute, half-an-hour snapshot of a very long day. And, you know, we always do our best for our patients, but it's, you know, we only have, our resources are limited. And, I mean, for example, we had to move Joy out of the private room, into a private room, because she was just making too much noise at night for the other patients. And so when Mrs. McGowan comes in and isn't particularly happy with that, I can't tell her that we've had to remove Joy from the other room because she was being disruptive for the other patients.
Well, you did kind of tell her that.
No, not in so many words. I just said she was quite noisy at night. I'm hoping that Mrs. McGowan knows why she was moved. I can't really...
So you're hoping that she gets the message without you telling her directly?
Yeah. I do like Mrs. McGowan, and I think Joy's very lucky to have someone like her on her side, because not everybody does, but I think what this basically comes down to is that this is a gynae ward and Joy has psychological issues, which...
Well, she's learning disability.
Yes, which we're not trained to deal with, particularly.
Thank you.